Today we're taking a look at the Purity 3 template and how to adjust the look of it. And the best way to do that is to open it in the administration panel. Now, Purity 3 has a little bit different look from the standard Joomla templates and things of that nature. That's okay. Don't let it trouble you. Set up a page on a hidden menu to where you can look and play with some of the options to get used to it. But today what I'm going to be dealing with is how to make the template more responsive to mobile devices. The default is not exactly what I like on extra small and small displays. So what I wanted to do was do a quick recording on how to change this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to choose the layout option and the responsive and configuration. You have a couple of different options here: blog, corporate, so on and so forth. Some of my sites I use the corporate, but for the Design's Edge it's primarily a blog, so I'm going to leave that the same. It's a good design for it. And this shows you the module positions that are already loaded into the template. You cannot adjust anything that says auto, so you can have up to 6 positions in the footer. Most of the time 4 is enough, so that drops it down to 4. And this allows it to be a little more fluid for your uses. If you get to the point that you need 6 places, simple enough, come back here, press 6, and you'll have 6 footer slides. But for our purposes, 4 is generally enough, so let's take a look at it. The Design's Edge homepage, the head, the main menu, and the masthead, and then, the component, message, areas like that are already laid out. When it comes to responding to different devices, well, that's where we run into a little bit of a problem, because then you need the responsive layout. And what this is saying here is this is the size of the screen that you're reviewing it on. And large is the 1024 by 768 or above. That's the old standard that everyone used to design for, or above. So you've got plenty of room to do 4 rows, which is fine if you like your 1, 2, 3, and 4 like this. In my case, I prefer to have 2 and 2 just from a simple standpoint. So all you have to do is grab this little handle right here, drag it to the right, and suddenly your template is now, whoops, you got to make sure you're over those handles, are wide enough. Now, the Purity 3 template is very integrated with Bootstrap, and what you'll see here is this number 6 on these different numbers, and that's the Bootstrap 12 column design, where that you can have 3 columns of 4, 2 columns of 6, so on, 1 column of 12, so on and so forth. And when we move these, you'll notice that number gets smaller. See, now it's a 3 and a 6, but we want a 6 and 6 because I like nice even splits. And so the large screen is done. For a medium screen, I want it the same way, because I generally design with Bootstrap responsive buttons in this area, or links. And so a lot of times what you will see is the best way to lay it out is just simplistic and in squares, is I find is more visually appealing. Now what you run into here on small design, well, what you run into is the fact that this design, that's going to cramp up quite a bit. This is going to be a bit of a mess. So what I like to do, I picture myself using a cell phone in the landscape position, on its side. And frankly, if I'm looking at stuff at the bottom and I'm looking at the footer, well, this is, I want it just 1, 2, 3, 4, just 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems nice and simple, and everything is nice and laid out evenly. Sidebar 1, sidebar 2. Now this will put your ads below where they normally are, but you can turn this off in the smaller view, which is what we're going to do here, because sidebar 2 is my Google ads, and I don't necessarily want a big skyscraper showing in that area, okay? But I can also enable, for example, here, I can set up a footer 4 advertisement that shows at the bottom of the page like the mobile ads, which will work a little better for my uses. And in the extra small, that's I envision a cell phone turned, standard right side up. And I find that the best way to do that, again, is to have this as full column widths. Makes life a little more simplistic and a little bit easier. And now you're looking at what your page will look like. And what it's saying is that at large, This sidebar is going to show, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 in a square. In the medium, 1, 2, 3, 4 in a square, and the sidebar shows. On a cell phone on its side, you're going to get your 1, 2, 3, and 4 in a row, and sidebar will not appear when the screen is this small. In extra small, again, sidebar 2 is missing. And you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 all in a row. A nice fluid design from top to bottom in the blog layout. And for certain pages, that's going to be the best way to do it. So we're going to go ahead and save this as our default template. And all you would do here is choose Save and Close. And that will close it down, and you're back to your original design. Easy peasy. That's how you change the responsive design on the Purity 3 template. Thanks so much. I'm Mike King, and thanks for joining me on this Joomla template, well, video tutorial. Thanks so much, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.